In this video, we are covering knee pain, specifically patellofemoral syndrome, and the top 3 exercises to fix it. Let's go. Hi guys, Amar here from EverStrong Therapy, your partners in health and performance. Today we are covering knee pain, specifically patellofemoral syndrome. It's important to understand what PFS actually is to give us context around why we're doing and choosing the exercises that we are. Now, before we get into this, just like before, if these exercises cause you pain, if it doesn't make sense, if something just doesn't feel right, I advise you always consult your healthcare professional, whether that's a PT, chiropractor, doctor, massage therapist, somebody that you trust in order to take care of you. If you happen to live in Whatcom County here in Washington, Bellingham, Linden, give us a call and schedule your free 30-minute consult so that we can take care of you to the best of our ability. Now, with that said, PFS, patellofemoral syndrome, what is it? Essentially, PFS is an inflammation of the underside of your patella. So your kneecap or patella underneath, if it causes friction against your femur, that's gonna cause some pain, some specifically sharp pain right on the underside of your kneecap. So you have a lot of people that complain of sharp pain every time they squat or every time they bend forward or every time they put their knee to the ground. Those are usually pretty good indicators that what you're experiencing is PFS or patellofemoral syndrome. Now, why it's caused tends to be an overuse injury. It could be you have very tight quads. Something is going on that's causing a compression of your kneecap against your femur. So our exercises today are going to be geared towards releasing that quad and then strengthening the systems and the resiliency around that tissue in order to get you feeling better. Let's get to the gym. Welcome to the gym. So the first exercise we're gonna go over to treat PFS or patellofemoral syndrome is actually gonna be a quad release. So the first thing we need to do is create some slack in the quad in order to give that kneecap some space to be able to move. So if I'm here, I'm gonna get on my quad, I'm gonna roll myself down, find that gristly spot, so I'm on it right here. This is not the most comfortable. I wanna be around that 6 or 7 out of 10 on the uncomfortability scale, something that I can talk through, I can breathe through, I can make my quad soft. I'm gonna hang on this for about a minute or two. That's a long time. Once I start to feel that muscle release, and that'll take a couple minutes, I'm actually gonna add something called the floss, where I'm gonna move the tissue underneath. I'm gonna flex my quad in order to start letting things move underneath. Now, this can get gristly, so if you start to see beads of sweat on my face, you'll know why. But essentially, I'm keeping the tension on here. I'm just gonna bend my knee and straighten it. I'm gonna do this about 10 times here. And essentially, what we're doing is we're tacking the tissue down under the weight of the foam roller, and then we're flossing the tissue underneath in order to create space. All right, on to exercise numero dos. So the second exercise we're doing is actually called a Spanish squat. The first exercise we did before was all about creating slack and space in our knee, right? We're creating slack in the quad and space behind the kneecap in order to let things move more effectively. This exercise's job is to build resiliency in that distal quad area, in that quad muscle, in order to start to build some strength. And I have a pretty thick band and it's tied just behind my knees. From here, I'm gonna take a couple steps back so there's a good amount of tension, and I'm gonna squat, right? I'm gonna throw my hips back, I'm gonna get into a nice squat position, and then as I stand up, I'm gonna pull the bands in so that my knees are straight. The most important part of this exercise is from here to here, right? It's that terminal knee extension, that TKE, where all of a sudden here my quads have to work extra hard in order to fight the band and create some tension. Now I'm focusing my attention right here, just above my kneecap, on the quad, and you're gonna feel this after a few reps as you go through it, and you're gonna feel your quads really work, and that's the goal. On to exercise number 3. So for our third exercise to treat knee pain or patellofemoral syndrome, we're gonna be putting our knee in the most aggressive position that normally might cause pain. And that's stepping down from something, right? So most people with PFS have pain as they step down off of stairs, and we're gonna be putting ourselves in a position that emulates that. So from here, we're doing a lateral step down to start. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stand here on a box, and all I'm gonna do is just like we did before with our Spanish squat, we're gonna hinge first, we're gonna come down nice and slow, my heel's gonna tap as I come right back up. The whole point of this is nice and controlled movements. So from here, I'm hinging back, I'm gonna tap, and I'm gonna come right back up. I'm gonna tap, I'm gonna come right back up. If you wanted to make this a little more aggressive, you can put yourself in positions that might challenge that patellar system ahead of time, right? You want to challenge that more. So I'm actually going to go here and I'm going to come forward, which is going to put my knee through more of a position that might cause pain. Obviously, the higher the box, the more difficult this movement becomes. But from here, I'm just coming down and back, down and back. On to the outro. We hope you found that information useful and that it helped with your patellofemoral syndrome or knee pain in general. Again, if any of those exercises didn't feel right to you, consult a healthcare professional that you trust. If you live in Bellingham or Whatcom County, we at EverStrong offer a free 30-minute consult to anyone looking to move and feel their best. Thanks so much, stay EverStrong, and we'll see you next time.